Okay, hello. I hope that our stream has started successfully, and in a few minutes I will start. So, in a few words, my name is Kolokolov. I'm a founder of Business Intelligence Institute and founder of Make Your Data Speak community. I work in the field of business intelligence about 14 years, and my passion and my profession is data visualization and for business dashboards. And if we talk about business dashboards, the significant part of each dashboard is top on is the indicators, key indicators on top, and Power BI has some default KPI cards, simple card, multi-row, gorgeous, but in real projects, we have a bit sophisticated dashboards with a lot of indicators versus plan, versus previous year, versus any benchmark. And when we have a lot of these indicators, it becomes a bit difficult to make it clear, to make it beautiful, and avoid this information overload. And that's what I'm going to speak today, and show you example of my own custom visual multi-target KPI, and the practice session I will show you how to easily use this custom visual to save your time for calculations, for alignment, and get beautiful result quite easily. So it's time to start. Again, nice to meet you. My name is Kolokolov. I'm a founder of Business Intelligence Institute and Make Your Data Speak community. And today I will show you how to use advanced visual multi-target KPI and for clear and beautiful scorecards, and share my experience how to make it really comprehensive and beautiful. So let me launch my screen. So what's the problem? What's the purpose of this visual? And initially we developed sophisticated scorecards with different indicators. So we, for example, here we see total sales, and we don't put all the initial data, sales target, sales per previous year, any benchmark. We just display indicators versus target versus last year, and yes, we display absolute value of benchmark. And but to make it clear, to align all the titles, it requires to use single text labels, single cards, and finally here we have 8 objects. And when we have for example 5 or 6 such cards, it takes a lot of system resources, so report works slower, and it takes a lot of your personal resources to modify, to align, to adapt on all these visuals. And what's the solution which we developed firstly for ourselves, for our agency, to optimize our development process? This single visual element, which contains all these indicators inside, and we don't need to align all the labels, paddings, pixel by pixel. We have parameters and using these parameters, each developer, not being a designer, can modify and make it pixel perfect. That's the purpose of this visual element. So we have some features, for example, some presets, vertical layout, horizontal layout, paddings, alignments, margins, which allows you to do this. And some technical features, for example, suppress blanks, have presets how to calculate measures, percentage change over measure, or your personal formula, and you save time for developing these supporting measures. You don't need to make your model too complicated, too messy, and some features of conditional formatting. And in general, what best practices I use for scorecards, for KPI cards, and it works not only for my card, it works for any platform: Power BI, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Tableau, Looker, whatever. So we by default we have this alignment by center, but we sometimes we have too large or too small titles, and best practice is to have main data label about 30 points, 35, title in the proportion of 1.5 less, about 18 points or 20 points, category label the same, additional label is lesser, about 16 or 18. The next point, we make this alignment. For example, you see the main measure and the title aligned by left, all the titles and values are aligning by right or left side, and finally colors. And we always put conditional formatting to make this data speak. What is good, what is bad? For example, if we have if we exceeded our sales goal, it's okay, it's green. But if we exceeded our budget limit, it's bad, it's red. And we have such practices. And that's a basic introduction, and let's go to our practice session. And let me firstly demonstrate this example of real projects. What we really have in our projects. This dashboard looks not so pretty, so a lot of bars, a lot of indicators, and really we have indicators quarter by quarter, quarter, year of year, sometimes versus previous year, and we display all these indicators by each product, each region to plan. So we have, for example, for opportunities, we have 3 additional indicators to plan, to quarter, and year of year, and that what we developed using multi-target KPI. So the next proportion of inbound and outbound, it was not a custom card, it's just a bar chart which is combined visually here. But we talk about this part of this indicator. And let's go to the Power BI, and I will show you how it works. 1 second, I will check your comments on our stream. Okay, I see that there's no questions, so let's continue. That's my learning data set. Source data is pretty easy. So we have data about online courses sales, so product, several products, Power BI basics, presentations, dirty data, HR analytics, and others. We have sales target, we have sales actual, we have expenses budget and expenses actual, and number of leads and number of orders. Orders means number of sales. And we have this data monthly. So such a simple data set. And let's start. So what usually we have when we start to work with indicators. So I put a simple card for sales target, for sales actual, and I have calculated the sales deviation, so actual versus target. And I see that we have minus 24%. And when I will filter this data by product category, I see this different indicators. Somewhere I have positive deviation, somewhere I have negative deviation. And what also I have here, instead of 3 different cards, I have one single card, which displays our actual value and deviation versus target. And really, it's enough to see one absolute value, 500,000, and this indicator of versus target, and I see that it's minus 25%. And how we got this this visual? If I'll try to repeat this card, what I do? I take, okay, I'll copy this element. Oh, sorry, I take my actual value. I'll take my deviation value, and I'll try to put them together and combine them with a common title. So, and put this name of, so always we need to put the title above, not below, but above. And if I will use standard simple card, I don't have such option for category label to put it above. I can just turn it off and use title parameter. Okay, sales actual. Sales actual. The same way I will use this deviation title here. Deviation, and turn off the category label and make this less, for example, 25. This deviation, and I want to add some background to help to pursue them together. I go to general, I effects, color for background, okay, gray, here the same, gray. But when I try to display them with a common rectangle, it's really hard to align them. And really what I need to do, for example, to align my title, I can align it by center of this element, but not the whole element. And finally, what I need to do, I need to add additional text label, text box, and write it here. And all this routine takes a lot of your time and a lot of your nerves. And finally, we can get this result. Also, we can add conditional formatting to this single card using just cloud value function for color. And yes, it looks like advanced card combined of two cards and one text label and one rectangle on the background. So 4 elements. But we have if we have more complicated with 2 or 3 indicators, it takes more time. And let's compare this card with multi-target KPI. So here we have single element which we can transform, line, modify, and I'll show you how it works and show the benefits of this element. Now I will delete it. And how to get it? I get it from App Source Gallery. So let's use search, multi-target KPI. Here we are. There's information about our card. If you have used it, please rate it, and I will appreciate your feedback. And I add it to my report. Now I don't need to add it because I already have it. And I put this element, and let's look what we have here in the parameters. We have main measure, we have category, so we are able to multiply by different categories, but key term is main measure and additional measure, what we will put into indicator. And let's start. So I have my sales actual, it's my main measure, and I have my sales target, it's my additional measure. And for the first view, I have draft. It looks, it's not enough beautiful. I need to polish it. And let's go through these properties of our visual element. I will put it closer. For main data label, it's standard options for, so we have some alignment options, but we don't need them. Text size 27%. Okay, I will enlarge it to 35. And here we have some bag with rounding. I don't need millions. I want to display thousands, because when I will filter, I have tens, hundreds, but not million, 500,000. That's all for the start. And additional measures, paddings, alignments, and additional options, and that's the most interesting. Component type. I can display exact measure, change over main measure, percentage change, and percentage change over main measure. And to display this minus 25%, I will select percentage change minus 25%. That's all I need to do. No calculations, because here I had to calculate this indicator. Here I have it, deviation, but there's no calculations, and I just will rename this field versus target. Done. And I just will enlarge this additional measure. Text size, I will display 20. And also I will enlarge additional categories. So title, not 12. Okay, let's make it 15. And another one option, it depends on the space. So I may use it like long horizontal layout, but in my example, combined example, I have my title above, and there's no option to move it manually. We will use parameter of layout for additional measures. This parameter, layout type horizontal. And now that's how it looks. And if I have less space, I can make it more compact. Another one option, as you see, that I have not enough space for the whole title, and for the category label, I have another one option, position. By default, we have above main measure, but I can display it top center, and now I have enough space. That's how it looks. But we see when I scroll down, this value looks, so this additional value is on bottom, and I can also change this position for additional measures. Layout type. It's a general additional measures, additional categories. Let me find this. So I forget it. So to position top center, it's category label. But for additional measures, we have bottoms, paddings, and padding bottom. I will take 10 or 12 and 20 and put them higher, for example, this way. Or also use padding top, for example, 10. That's how we set it. And the final step, also we put this parameter of card. Not so. Also we can put effects in general, but here we may the same interface, just turn this background color or set it transparency. That's how it works. And the final step is indicator, conditional formatting. And let's go to this section, additional measure colors. So I have another one measure versus target, and I turn on conditional formatting conditions. So component measure, but we remember that we use not exact measure. We display percentage change over main measure, and we have a pretty simple condition. If it's greater than 0, the color actually greater or equal to 0, color will be green. And if we have less than 0, color will be red. And what we see? Let's check it by different products. Here we have here we exceeded our goal, and here we don't achieve this goal. So that's how it works, and really it save your time for such basic tasks to display indicator, as we call conditional value, and set up conditional formatting. But also we may use more indicators versus target, or for example, I have my indicator of ROI. Let's go. Okay, let's continue here. ROI, it's our deviation proportion between expenses. Let me explain this. So we have expenses, total expenses, $142,000. We have sales of 500, and we have proportion between them. So just I divided our sales to expenses, and we have this proportion 3.5. So for each dollar spent on ads, we have $3.5 of revenue. So that's it. Sense of this metric, and I want to add this additional measure to my cart. And what I do, I find this calculated metric and get it into additional measures. And I don't need to align, set up any paddings, whatever. It just here, and everything looks good. If I will remove this measure and add another one, it also will looks great. That's the idea of our idea for developers, for community, how to simplify this process. And sometimes we may switch this position. Sorry. Excuse me. So I will remind about layout parameters. So now we have horizontal layout, and I will switch it to vertical. So vertical, there's no significant difference because we look here as a matrix 2 on 2. But if I will add another one measure, for example, this expenses actual, and I will shorten this title, expenses, but not 0 millions. I need to change it. Expenses, display units, thousands. And what I see, now I see it's a vertical row of 3 indicators. And in this case, I need to work with alignment, and also what I see is that there's not enough space to display the whole title, and by default we have the half of this visual for indicators and the right half for indicators, for additional measures, and left half of this card for our single value for our main measure. But don't need, so right half looks overloaded, and I also can change the proportion between them. Let's go on top, main data label and percentage width, and by default I provide 50%, but I will reduce the space to 40%, and now I have enough space to display the whole titles of indicators and to display this single value. Next point, let's set up the alignment, not by center. So text we display aligned by left, and values we display aligned by right side. And we go to these parameters, additional measures, and alignment for measures. I will remove this supplementary cards. Yeah. Additional measures, alignment by left. But now this value is too close to the border, and we have such parameter as padding. Additional measures and padding from right side, I will put 20 points. Now it looks better. And that's for measures. And for categories, for titles, I will make this text a bit less. And also for measures, I will increase padding from top. Okay, 20 points again. And now it looks really compact. That's how it works. And usually we make this so I can spread it, but I don't need so many empty space. And our best practice is to put the title of category label not on center, but above the main measure and by left, and also use padding side. I will use 20%, 20 points, and the main data label I will also display with this alignment and this padding. And now it's looks comprehensive, and I understand that I need to reduce the, so 20 points is too much for this measure. 16 looks better. That's how it works. Another one point. Let's so we have, let's look at another one case on this data. We have number of leads, number of orders, and we have calculated conversion rate. Again, we have 3 indicators, but I'll get it back. We replaced it with a single KPI card, and we also can look at each product and see the conversion, ROI, cost per sale, and other indicators. And what it means. Oh, okay, I'll tell it later, but let's repeat it. And instead of these 3 related indicators, we will select what is main measure and what is additional. And for example, I'm interested the number of my orders, and so it's my key indicator, and I'm interested in conversion. So if I have 190 orders of 900, it's 10% conversion. And I'm interested in cost per sale. So how much dollars it takes. And let's build another one, multi-target KPI card. That's it is. With another indicators. Number of orders, its main measure. Here we have it. Conversion is additional measure, and cost per sale is another one, additional measure. What we have. So for conversion, we had our color formatting. So in general, if conversion is higher than 20%, it's good. If it's less than 10%, it's bad. Between 10 and 20 means so-so. It takes attention. And let's set it up. I go to additional measure colors, conversion, conditional formatting, and I have three conditions. The first condition is greater than equal to 0 and value 20%, but I can't put percent, so I will put decimal value 0.2, and it will get green color. Next condition is greater or equal than 10%, 0.1, it will be yellow. And next condition, if it's less than 10%, 0.1, it will be red, it's bad. That's how it works. Let's discover our data. I saw 9%, but it's not red. Let's check it. Additional measure, conversion, exact measure, 0.1, less than, not 0, I forget to set the point, 0.2. Yeah, now it's correct. Less than 10%, it's red, and here maybe I have my unmatched color. Let's check it again. Maybe equal, less than. Actually, I don't understand why we have unmatched, but okay, I will check it later. But I have some, I see that I have green, red, and yellow states. That's how it works. And finally, what can we get using such approach? We have a lot of indicators, but I have grouped all of them into 3 logical blocks: sales actual, and I display my sales versus target, and my so the first indicator, and the second indicator, my return of investments. And when I look at this product, I understand that I don't achieve my target, but my ROI is pretty good. I make $6 on $1 of spendings, and I'm at the limit of my budget, so minus 30% is good, and cost per sale is $227. Okay, and I have 200 leads, and conversion is pretty good, and cost per lead is 188. For another product, I see that I have a low conversion, so I have low ROI rate. I didn't achieve my target. I have economy of my I have savings of my budget, okay, and my conversion is about, so my leads are cheap, just $16, but conversion is too low. It's over my limit. Or here another case that I have a lot of leads, conversion is 21%, it's in green zone, and but here I have exceeded my budget 31% and didn't achieve my goal. So just looking at these three cards, I can observe my key indicators. And what's the feature of this approach? When we build mobile version, let's go to the mobile layout, how to build my, I will clear it and set it up again. So I have these three elements, and I just put them on the canvas. Sales, expenses, leads, and they are ready-made. For example, if I will compare this approach with my default card, I remind you that we have visually almost the same indicator, conditional formatting, titles, but for mobile layout, I have separate elements and I need to put them together, and it's pretty harder when we use this mobile layout to use all these titles, to align them, to put them above for this indicator deviation. You see that it looks messy. That's the key, one of the key benefits of our single visual element, that it helps you to adapt mobile view just in a few clicks. That's how it works. I'll go to my 1 second to chat, or wrong link, sorry, but I hope now we are here. And okay, so if you have any questions, ask me. I tried to make this session helpful for you, and I will provide link to the app source gallery for this product. App source gallery. Okay, let's find it. Microsoft App Source, Analytics. So this visual is absolutely free. Maybe so. Before we used card with states by OKViz, but the latest releases, they charge some paid options, and but I'm going to maintain this categories for free. So analytics. Let me find here Power BI visuals, and let's find it. Multi-target KPI. Yes, it's here. And I will send this link into chat. Oh, now that's all. And I hope that these simple tips and tricks will save you time, save your nerves, and you will develop comprehensive dashboards with this custom visual, and use informative indicators which make sense. So it was Alex Kolokolov. Have a good day and make your data speak.